I want to tell you all about Charlotte's legacy today. Hi, my name's Christine L. Conroy. Welcome to Happy Stuff and Fluff, a channel for women over 50 who are getting happy and growing younger. And yes, I love flowers, you know that, and today I'm absolutely surrounded by them, and there is a reason for that, which I will tell you about in a second. If this is your first time on Happy Stuff and Fluff, you are very welcome. I want to talk about Charlotte's legacy. Charlotte is my daughter, for those of you who don't know, who left us, who passed away, and in fact this weekend just gone marked the 12 months anniversary of her passing. The word anniversary, I need another word. I know this isn't the case, but I always tend to associate anniversary with a joyous thing. Of course, this is not a joyous thing. It was 12 months ago. She was 31 years old and she died from cancer. I talked about it recently on a Facebook Live, and today's going to be a little bit different because I'm going to clip into that Facebook Live for you to listen to in a second. Please excuse the sound. The sound quality is not as good as it is on here, but you can still obviously hear what I'm saying. You'll understand what I mean about Charlotte's legacy, and as I said, this weekend marks 12 months. Now, I haven't really talked about grieving on Happy Stuff and Fluff, and the reason for that is because I'm afraid I'm not yet ready to do that in terms of getting through the first few seconds without breaking down. I am writing a lot, and it helps me. Journaling helps me, and so maybe at some point, of course, I will talk about grieving, because I want to use my experience to help those of you out there who are also grieving a loss in one way or another, and I will do that, but I have a suspicion I might also produce an ebook or a book of some kind from it, because as I say, I find writing at the moment easier to express myself. So getting back to this weekend then, we have been overwhelmed with messages and thoughts and cards and flowers. It's just been absolutely amazing, and I've spent 2 straight days crying. So if I'm looking a little bit, this is why I've told you before I can't cry elegantly. Instead of filming, I should be sitting at home with a bag over my head for the rest of the week. But it's been crying because of being overwhelmed by kindness from people. And you'll know if you're grieving, there are days where you think everybody's getting on with their lives and the rest of the world is carrying on with their lives, and yet here I am suffering alone. That's not the case, and I know lots of people love Charlotte and lots of people miss her, but they don't very often talk about it. And so this weekend it was lovely to hear lots of people say lots of things. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I have nowhere to put all the flowers and I love it. My house smells divine and I'm so grateful for it. Okay, so I'm going to cut away to the film now and let you watch that, and then I'll come back afterwards. So, as I say, it's special to me that you're here tonight, because I want to talk about something that's particularly special to me, because this weekend marks 12 months. It's the first, it's a year ago since my daughter Charlotte died. For those of you who don't know, Charlotte died of cancer. She was aged 31. And as I said, this weekend marks 12 months since that. I mean, this year has been a bit surreal for all of us, hasn't it, in one way or another? I know that. But one of the things that's really got me through and helped me is the constant contact from you guys and from my viewers on Happy Stuff and Fluff, from my, thank you, Laura, from my my family, my friends, and from Charlotte's friends, who have been incredibly generous in their reaching out and their wanting to stay in touch. So I'm incredibly grateful for that. But the other thing, and what I want to talk about, because I haven't actually talked about this on Happy Stuff and Fluff, something that has really helped enormously is Charlotte's, or what has become known as Charlotte's Legacy. And I want you to take part in it. Don't worry, I don't want you to do anything too outrageous. I'll explain what I mean. Just before Charlotte died, we had long conversations, really about how she wanted to die, but also about what she wanted for her funeral service, or who she wanted there, who she wanted to speak, even what she wanted us to wear. But you know, the music and the flowers and so on. She was very adamant about what she wanted. And I guess the theme of it, if you like, became based around the message that she wanted to leave. And the message she wanted to leave was quite simply, life is too short, do not wait. Life is too short, do not wait. Now, in her own life, she managed, bless her, at the age of, in 31 years, to do much more, I guess, than many people get to do who live a whole lifetime. Just some of the things that she did that she particularly enjoyed. She went coast-steering in Wales, and she went whale watching in Provincetown in USA. She went ice skating in New York and dog sledding in Sweden, where she stayed in the ice hotel there. She saw the Northern Lights in Iceland, and she went on safari, where she stayed at the famous treetops. She did all kinds of things. She visited practically every city there is, from Paris to Rome and Vienna and so on. And then just before we were told that she was terminal, and she was ill at the time, but we didn't know it was terminal, she got out of her sickbed, got herself dressed to the nines, with wig included, because she'd lost her hair, and she went for an interview. She knocked them for 6 and landed her dream job. She may have only lived a short time, but she lived her life well. I can tell you that. She lived it well. And that's what she wanted to inspire others to do too. She wanted to inspire others, to inspire you to live your life well, to live your life well too. It was important to her, you know, and something I would add to that is, don't wait for the perfect opportunity. Make the perfect opportunity. And I guess that's what this is all about. Now, of course, Charlotte did not know, could not have known, who could, that COVID-19 was waiting for us around the corner. Now, I know that has stopped people in their tracks from doing all kinds of things, but I think something it should have taught us all, or something that it has reinforced, I think, is the fact that we don't know what's waiting for us around the corner. And let's face it, never in your wildest dreams would you or could you have imagined what was waiting around the corner for us in terms of COVID-19. As I say, that should be not something that's going to stop us, but something that should really kick us up the backside to do what we want to do. Since Charlotte's message was delivered that day at her funeral service, so many people who were present have contacted us over the course of this year, and it's just been amazing. And it's given us such an uplift to hear these stories of the things that they did inspired by Charlotte. People planned trips, they took trips, they took Spanish lessons and piano lessons, and more than one person picked up the phone to speak to someone whom they'd fallen out with and hadn't spoken to for years. They went away inspired by Charlotte and did those things. Now, I know, these are small things, I guess, in the greater scheme of things. But those people took those actions inspired by Charlotte that made their lives better. And that's what she wanted, and that is what has become her legacy. So, back to you then. Whilst I've been talking, has there been anything that's popped into your mind, something that you've been putting on hold, something that you thought, I'd really like to do that, but sometime in the future? If you can think of something straight away, put it in the comments and share it with us. I'd love to know. I'd love to know. You know, I mean, what about that place you've always wanted to visit? A job you may have thought you'd always like to try. What about that book? That book that you've always wanted to write, because apparently we've all got one in us. You know, that online course you wanted to take, that dance class you intend to take, but not just now. When would now be a good time, is what I'm asking you. When would now be a good time for you to do those things? I'd like you to help me and join in with this and think about something that you've been putting off till tomorrow or till some point in the future. I'd like you to take the plunge. And if you can't do that thing right now, at least start planning to do it. At least start planning to do it and then tell me about it. You can leave it in the comments here. Come back and leave it in the comments. As I've said to you before, I come back every day to read the comments here, especially for those people who are on the replay. So please, you can still leave comments if you're on the replay and I will answer them. That would be great if you did that. Leave a message on my Facebook page to tell me about it, or you can email me at christy@conroycoaching.com and tell me, so that we can say that person inspired by Charlotte did this thing that made their life better, and help me to keep Charlotte's legacy alive and to make your life better. That would be great. Okay, so that's what Charlotte's legacy is all about. So what's that thing that you've been putting off that you're going to do? Please tell me in the comments box below. And if you would like, I will hold you accountable so that you will do it. And I'll keep asking you, have you done it yet? If you'd like me to do that. But if not, just tell me in the comments box below, what are you going to do? Or as I said in the video there, if you can't actually do it now, what are you going to plan to do? That would be great if I could add that to my list of stories of the things that people are doing inspired by Charlotte. Okay, yeah, so that's it. Today's video I did not plan for this video to take place today, but I wanted you guys to know about it because most of you have been with me since right from the beginning when Charlotte just became ill, and I love you for it. Okay, I'm going to leave it there and I'll see you next time. Okay, I'll see you next time. Until then, remember that on the Happy Stuff and Fluff, we are getting happy and growing younger. I'll see you